Baby sipping Hennessy, President Suite, looking like a young Barack Obama. Skipping to the beat, giving hella heat. I'ma need a seat just to count up all these dots and commas. I think it's evident I'm the better man, I'm the jam. I'ma have you crushing like a four-wheel monster. Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead. Just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool. Pick that chin up off the ground and flash that smile for me. Put some pep up in that step, it's going down shortly. Got so much weight up on my shoulders, all this jewelry on me. I wear my shades inside cause I go blind just looking down. Looking like the man sipping Chardonnay on the balcony, looking like a young Elvis Presley. I've been overseas, I've been underneath, I ain't never seen nothing like the person 12 o'clock. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter.
Here tonight from the Anoka Area Ice Arena. Tonight we have girls hockey. Still pretty early on in the season. Big matchup in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Centennial Spring Lake Park off to a good start, taking on the home team here tonight, the Anoka Tornadoes. Along with Jim Childs, I'm Jim Erickson. Going to drop the puck here in just a few minutes, Jim. First of all, let's focus on the Centennial team. They've got a high-powered offense. They have a girl that's scoring a lot of goals entering this one here tonight.
Yeah, Lauren O'Hara is outstanding. Going to the University of Minnesota, she's a senior, lots of experience, 60 goals. But they also have a strong third line and second line, too. All have scored at least 3 goals, so it'll be a challenge for Anoka tonight defensively.
Yeah, they've won, coming in here, 5 in a row. Meanwhile, for Anoka, they had a win and a tie in their first 2 games, and now they've dropped a couple. They're looking to get back in that old winning column.
Yeah, defensively, they've given up 12 goals all year, 6 in 1 game. So they're strong defensively. They just need to get their offense going.
All right, it's Centennial Spring Lake Park at Anoka. We're going to drop the puck next on QCTV Sports. Back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Scores on the deflection. The Denver Huskies win their first state championship.
We are at the Anoka Area Ice Arena getting ready for high school girls hockey, getting set to drop the puck with the Anoka Tornadoes hosting the Centennial Spring Lake Park Cougars here tonight in Anoka. Along with Jim Childs, I'm Jim Erickson as we are getting underway. Anoka's in their home whites and the Cougars in the black. Centennial Spring Lake Park coming in 5-1, 3-1 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Anoka 1-2-1 overall, 0-1. Just 1 conference game here so far for the Anoka Tornadoes. And Centennial starting their second line. Ella O'Hearn centers that second line. Looks to work it deep to Kuhlenkamp. As the action is deep in the Anoka zone. We're just underway here tonight from the Anoka Area Ice Arena. Jarpie with a shot just wide of the net. And the goaltender here tonight for Anoka, their starting goaltender, Anoka Olsen, the sophomore, the 1.89 goals against and a .902 save percentage. Solid numbers for her. But, Jim, she's facing a highly talented offensive team that can put goals on the board and can score here in this Cougar team.
Yeah, and experience with inexperience. You've got 8th graders playing with seniors, but overall 3 really strong lines for Centennial tonight.
Anoka will clear it back to the Centennial line. They come in now. Here's the girl to watch, Lauren O'Hara. She has 11 goals on the season. Jim, you mentioned in the pregame, 60 in her career. She has a hat trick. She has a 4-goal game. She scored 2 in their most recent game. And she's got the scoring touch. And she's wearing number 23 heading to the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, strong on the puck. She not only that, she can also find her help around with her line mates.
Ella Hennis, who's their leading goal scorer here for Anoka, 2 goals on the season, including the game winner in that overtime win here against Cloquet Esco Carleton. Cougars starting deep in their own zone. They come out to center here right out in front of us, tip back into the Cougar zone. Centennial Spring Lake Park in their second year, their co-op. Skating in, little toe drag there by Chat Lane. And Anoka able to defend that and flip it up ahead to Central. And in through the neutral zone, Abby Moore gains the Centennial end. And Anoka goes back to their blue line. They'll toss it back and forth in front of the benches. Well, Hemmer in on the left wing. That player's going to the net, brings it behind the net here for the Cougars. Bank pass, Larson. Top of the near side, dumps it right back in. Chase for the puck there. Sophie Shimabakuro, junior freshman, a couple assists on the season. And the Cougars go back to their blue line. And they'll tap it up again here. Shimabakuro, centering pass, intercepted. Anoka getting a stick on it. Hamacher, junior for Anoka in their white uniforms with the maroon numerals and trim. Tipped in by Botno. Anoka, 7 goals scored this season, 12 goals against. And their most recent game was a 6-1 loss to Elk River. Ella had the only goal in that game for Anoka over at the Furniture and Things Community Events Center back on Saturday.
Nice arena, nice new arena.
Yes. Put in 2 nice sheets of ice, and they have their main arena is as nice as any around. That place is going to be hosting section tournament games for years to come. Anoka from the point. Caitlin Booth sends it towards the net. The netminder for Centennial, Caitlin Gross, 3-1-0 on the season, 1.26 goals against. And her save percentage is at .954. This is her fourth appearance of the season for Centennial Spring at Lake Park.
Yeah, it's solid save percentage. She's strong in goal.
Coming in on the left side, Ella O'Hearn with a shot. Bouncing puck on the rebound. Cody for the Cougars. Flipped it back to the far wing. Tiki Barron picks it up there. Sent the other way by Anoka. It'll be icing here on Anoka. We'll get our first whistle, I think, of the game. We're almost 4 minutes in. 13:04 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, back and forth. You mentioned Caitlin Gross. She's another one that has been a starter for a while here with Centennial Spring Lake Park. 32 career victories against 16 losses. See, like you mentioned, she's 3-1 this year, but has been around for a while.
Logan Syvok is the new head coach for Anoka, their 4th new coach in the last 4 years. He was been an assistant under those previous coaches for 5 years. And now his first year as the main person on the bench boss, if you will, for the Anoka Tornadoes. Here come the Cougars back left to right. Ellie Newpower, good defenseman. Boy, she can move. The puck made a nice move and then lost it. And it's right in on Olsen, who will smother and cover here for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, a couple skaters to watch for the Tornadoes tonight. Leah Amsler, number 2. She always seems to have a nose for the puck and be anticipatory of where to be on the ice. And then, of course, Captain Ella Hennis. She's outstanding on both sides, defensively and offensively.
Kendall Rickley taking the draw here for Anoka. Centennial will win it. Grace Lager let it slip by. Back behind the net. Chat Lane. Down the far corner in the Anoka zone. 4.5 minutes into this first period, no score. And it'll be tipped up to center and then thrown back in by the Cougars. First to it, Caitlin Booth, sophomore, here for Anoka. They have some freshmen on their varsity roster as well. Of course, in Anoka Hennepin, you can't play anybody younger than a freshman. Meanwhile, Centennial Spring Lake Park, they've got 7th and 8th graders. I think you mentioned that, Jim.
Yeah, they've got 1 7th grader, 2 8th graders on that top line with O'Hara. So talk about some senior leadership.
And Annabelle Bucciaconi is a 7th grader who's in their top D pair. Look for her number 2 out on the ice tonight. Here's a steal by Anoka's number 2. There's Amsler with a shot. Traffic out in front. Gross ready for it. And rebound here for the Tornadoes. Their first real good offensive zone pressure here of this hockey game. Trying to get the forecheck going, and they're able to keep it alive. It gets tipped out. Amsler tried to hold the zone, comes to neutral, and the Tornadoes send it right back in. Katie Ball back to get it here for Centennial. Ball in the near side corner. 11:20 left in the first period. We're scoreless here tonight on QCTV. Happy holidays, everybody. Puck spinning like a top. Shimabukuro grabs it. Shy of the line, comes across. They're onside. Still with it is Sophie. Back behind the net, trying to wrap it around. And there's Olsen ready to slam the door. Rebound Renslow in the far corner. Renslow gives it the ball. Ball to the net, gets blocked. Hamacher got a body on that here for Anoka. Violet Hamacher still with it. Tips it back up. Hammer for Centennial. Up to Larson. Throws it in along the end wall. Shimabukuro into the far corner. She's going to fight with Francois. Able to stay on her skates. Nice job. Pass up the wall. Intercepted by Anoka. Flipped out by Tiki Barron. This is going to go all the way down, but no icing. So play will continue. Teams will get a line change here. And here come the Cougars back out to center. Lead pass right into the stick of Renslow. Renslow shot through a screen. Save Olsen. And she covers.
Yeah, nice job. Olsen's doing a nice job not allowing those big rebounds. There have been a couple of shots from the perimeter. She's been able to control them, and the defense has been able to clear for Anoka.
There you see Alexis Larson, number 21, defenseman for Centennial Spring Lake Park. A goal and assist. Noah Hemmer has 3 goals on the season. And, of course, Lauren O'Hara with 11 goals, 3 assists, 14 points. And off the draw, it's back into the glove of Anoka Olsen.
Yeah, Anoka Olsen splitting time with Gretchen Pavrud this year. Pavrud started last year, and Anoka Olsen's done a great job so far this year.
Yeah, Pavrud had an injury during the lacrosse season, and it may have affected her here starting slow in the hockey season. You have multiple sport athletes. Sometimes you get dinged up in one sport, and that carries over, from fall to winter or winter to spring here. And that's certainly given Anoka Olsen a chance here to start and see some action.
Yeah, well, not only that, you've got training during some of those, extra sports like summer hockey, and that you can't do that. And
Pavarud's a junior and Olsen a sophomore. So this goalie tandem will be here for another year. Anoka going to work here, near side. Booth into the corner, tries to walk out in front to the near post. Did send it out in front. Intercepted by Centennial. Callie Cody comes the other way. Her lead pass a little too far for O'Hearn. O'Hearn then has to deal with Clocker right in along the end wall. Centering pass by Cody. That defended nicely by Anoka. And it's back up by Kuhlenkamp. Jarpie with a shot from way out. That was off a skate. Looked like it was kicked out by Caitlin Booth and back out to center. Kicking at it, Abby Moore. Clocker now with it to the center circle. Slaps it in. She needs to get off on the line change. We're scoreless here in the first period. 8 minutes in. Up to the blue line. Held in. Shot there. Hit and knocked down by traffic. Back out to the blue line again. Layla Alm. Down the far wall for Rickley. Back up to Alm. And her shot right out in front. A point blank chance right in the slot. Rickley was in the vicinity and had to be kicked away nicely. Gross kicked it to the corner. Maybe the best offensive look of the game here for Anoka tonight.
Absolutely. Ella Hennis again, kind of Johnny on the spot, or Ella on the spot.
Puck comes back up the wall, now back in the near corner. Rickley centers, and a good look. There's Hennis again. Couple of pokes at it after the save by Gross. Still not out. Very good offensive sequence there for Anoka.
Yeah, nice give and go with Rickley and Hennis on that opportunity.
When we talked to Coach Logan Syvok, they said one of the things that they wanted to improve of and from that Elk River game was just get more pucks to the net, get more pucks into that slot area, and maybe make things tough on Caitlin Gross. For the 8th-ranked Centennial Cougars, good shot near side, toe drag Chatleen, and ends up in the far side corner. Rebound onto the stick of O'Hara. To the middle and blocked and cleared out here by the Tornadoes. Amsler on her stick, and she sends it in deep. Centennial tracking it down. Katie Ball falls down, trying to stick handle as she was on the ice. Puck is still loose here in the Centennial zone. And Hemmer will flip it up ahead to center, and then Shimabukuro will dump it in. Chase for the puck back behind that Anoka net. Renslow gets there first. Jousting is Hamacher trying to clear it up defensively, and instead it's up to the point, and a shot in on the net, and ready for it Olsen, and she'll cover it up.
Yeah, nice job by Olsen again. Shimon Bakru, she was actually part of the Anoka group, and you can see right here, nice save and a little extra push by Kristoff, but she was part of the Anoka group 2 years ago when Spring Lake Park was co-opted with Anoka.
Reese Kristoff is married to, or not married, excuse me, related, related to former North Star and, of course, 1980 Olympic hero and former Gopher Steve Kristoff. And I want to say that Steve Kristoff wore number 28 with the North Stars.
I believe he did, yeah. I thought it was 24, but now you say I think it's 28.
I'd have to look it up.
Yep.
Memory doesn't work as well as it used to the older you get. And,
it was only 44 years ago.
Exactly.
So, or 42 years ago.
This one comes into the zone. It'll be offside. And that'll bring the puck outside of the blue line. 6:56 left to go in the first period. No score. Jim's going to get onto his wireless device and look up that factoid here today on our broadcast. Here's a Centennial face-off win. They'll pull it back. Cougars dump it in. And thrown in by Buccicarone, just a seventh grader with an assist on the season. Annabelle Bucciaconi. She plays at the blue line. Shimabukuro trying to keep the puck alive. Tip back out. Bucciaconi the other way. Her pass off of the stick of Tiki Barron. Barron going in all by her lonesome here. 4 new skaters on the other end here trying to be on that front port of that forecheck to keep that puck in the Centennial zone. Cougars will attempt a long pass if this makes it all the way down, and they'll wave off the icing. So no icing. Back to get it Peterson. And for Anoka, it'll be back at him at Rickley here near side. That long pass will be icing this time on Anoka, and will come back the other way and join Annika Olsen.
So you were correct. The North, when he was with the North Stars, he was 28.
I know he wasn't 28 for the U.S. Olympic team.
He was number 11 for the U.S. Olympic team. Yep. So 28.
I can still remember that old green and gold.
Beautiful uniforms. Boy, that was a fun time. A lot of Minnesotans learned to love hockey during that time.
Face-off near wing. Amaya Olsen taking the draw here for Anoka, and it's won by Centennial right on the doorstep. Kuhlenkamp tried to jam it in off the pad, and then Annika Olsen doing a nice job with her glove.
Yeah,
freezing play, not giving up any rebounds yet here in this game for the sophomore netminder.
Yeah, Kuhlenkamp, only a sophomore again, comes in and really tough angled shot and great awareness by Olsen just to freeze that puck. Don't allow that rebound like you mentioned, Jim.
Maya Olsen off the draw here against Ella O'Hearn. O'Hearn pulls it back to Jarpy. Her shot bounces through traffic off the end wall and then back to the far side boards. Up high to New Power. In low Cody. Cody walks it up the wall. Centennial showing off their cycling ability here. Kuhlenkamp skates all the way around. Left wing to right wing near circle with a backhand that goes wide. Rebound far corner Cody. Back up blue line, New Power, back past Cody. And O'Hearn. O'Hearn, New Power, shot off of the stick of Olsen. And deflects back into the near corner. Quick moving first period here. 5:20 left in the first, no score. And the Tornadoes trying to clear. It's been a long offensive zone possession here, long shift. Here for the defense of the Anoka Tornadoes. They're trying to get the puck out of the zone. They can't. Now a quick little 2-on-1 down low with a shot and a big save made again by Olsen. That was Kuhlenkamp right on the doorstep. And then back out in front for Cody. And she's all alone in the slot above the crease. And Olsen stops her again. And will get a face-off in the Anoka zone.
You can see right towards the end of that shift, the Anoka skaters, after chasing, as you mentioned, the cycling of the Cougars, they were tired and allowed a couple of opportunities that probably the best opportunities for the Cougars today.
That's when that save by your goaltender and that freeze of play, be able to get that puck and cover it up is so crucial so you can get the line change. Here's Lauren O'Hara, her line back out there. Smooth skater. Works it from one side, the other back. The ball with her shot, and he scores. Katie Ball rings it off the far side post. And it's Centennial Spring Lake Park that breaks through first here tonight in Anoka.
And I believe Hannah Thompson was the one that was able to get that cross-ice pass right onto the tape of Ball. Ball made no mistake about it. Good rip right inside the circle, right by the dot, and first score. O'Hare did a nice job of just slowing it down and getting it over to Thompson.
So Katie Ball with the goal, getting her second of the season. 4th point of the season. Anoka winning the faceoff, and that'll be clear, but it'll be icing. Sean Moline is the head coach of Centennial Spring Lake Park. He's in his 3rd year and has this program playing well. They made it all the way to the section finals last year.
And they lost, I believe, to Maple Grove.
Thompson and O'Hara got the 2 assists. Ball, her 2nd goal of the season at 12:22. And it's 1-0. Centennial Spring Lake Park. Here the Cougars clear it on themselves on a pass back to the blue line all the way down. The netminder Gross will come out of the crease to play it. Long pass up to the blue line. Chad Lane, they've got a little break here. O'Hara with a pass. That's out in the middle. But Anoka recovering and banking it back out and clearing. With Ciccone dumped in.
Got really nice chemistry between the senior and the 2 8th graders on that line.
Tornadoes, Amsler gains possession. Nice pass ahead here near side. Kristoff comes in, shot, rebound, and the netminder way out. Gross made a big save. Anoka clamoring for the rebound in the slot. They just couldn't get to it. Now a chance the other way with the break. Hammer all alone for Centennial, scores.
Well, that's a finisher right there.
Wow, how many times do you see that? One team with a great chance on one end, and then the other team comes back and scores on the break. Hemmer converting, and it's 2-0.
Well, the defenseman, I think it was Francois, who crashed in and pinched in on that, and that allowed Hemmer to get out. And Hemmer, really a nice job to finish that breakaway.
Hemmer's 4th goal of the season. And just like that, 2-0 Centennial Spring Lake Park. And they've got the puck again. Jimma Bakuro, left wing shot from the perimeter and from the outside of the dot. And the save by Olsen.
You can see that this Cougar team can score in a hurry, and they have had a majority of the puck possession, and good save so far by Olsen. It's just a couple that just got away from her.
Chad Lane with the assist. Hammer with her 4th goal. Time of the goal 13:27. 1:05 after a ball made it 1-0. Hammer makes it 2-0. As we near 3 minutes remaining in the first period, along with Jim Childs, I'm Jim Erickson. Kristoff able to clear it down the far side. That will twist and turn its way down the ice. No icing on that as it dies. Amsler going into battle along with Jarpy for that puck. And the rest of their teammates will follow suit. Jarpy comes away with it. Her teammate lost an edge. Jarpy tried to tip it out. Anoka holds it in momentarily. Clocker, but they'll have to get back defensively with Shimabakura coming the other way. Right wing outside the circle towards the net, off a couple of sticks and off a skate. Back behind the net. Booth has it for Anoka. Booth is there. Amaya Olsen is there. Puck's back behind the net. Kuhlenkamp. Jarpy near point. Here comes a wrist shot. All kinds of sticks out in front. Kuhlenkamp ends up with a rebound. She sends it out in front. That's just above the crease area out to New Power. And Centennial Champlin Park once again holding the zone, keeping it in here. Jarpy with one on its side. Then off the backside rebound, Enwall Karam. An open net chance there, and O'Hearn could not get her stick on it. Anoka has to do what they have to do. They'll ice the puck the other way. But Centennial Spring Lake Park continuing to put on the pressure.
Yeah, the defensive legs for Anoka seem to have lost a little jump after the 2 goals. Got to get that back. They're only down 2 goals. 1 goal, and they're absolutely back in this.
Rickley set to take the draw against Lauren O'Hara. O'Hara pulls it back. Shot through a screen left side. Chatley never made it through, and then the second chance does. And Olsen's down on the ice, able to find it.
There's a lot of jousting going on with it seemed like kind of a late whistle, but nonetheless, Olsen was able to hang on to it.
O'Hara versus Rickley again. Kendall Rickley, sophomore for the Tornadoes, and head coach Logan Syvok. This one is sent the other way, all the way deep back in the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone. Katie Ball scored her 2nd goal of the season earlier here this period. Played up by the Cougars. Chat Lane comes in. We're going to get a penalty coming up. Or is it offside? Is this offside? I'm not used to seeing the referee calling offside at the collegiate level. So guy with the orange stripe, when he puts his arm up, that's usually a penalty. But here we have the 2 referee, 1 linesman set up here for the officials. So that was just a delayed offside. Not that I was wishing there would be a penalty there.
Well, the goalie wasn't moving. I'm like,
no,
man.
no, and everybody just kind of laid. Centennial had to lay off. Here comes a shot right side. Good look, and it goes up high by Centennial's Chatelaine. And Anoka's got a 3-on-1 here if they can hurry Amsler, but they're offside.
Yeah, Barber just a hair in before Amsler was able to get the puck across the blue line. Really an opportunity for the Tornadoes to cut this lead.
That'll bring the face-off outside of the zone. Far side dot, Christoph against Hemmer. One of the 2 goals here tonight in this first period for the Cougars. They win the draw, they pull it back. Played ahead by Larson, all the way down on the far side. Renslow for Centennial. Hemmer comes away with it, tried to walk out in front, tried to jam it in from that far side. Hugging the post is Olsen, the goaltender. Larson near side, one-time shot bouncing. It's the side of the Anoka net. And Hemmer in the corner for the Cougars. Banks it back to Larson. Nice pass back to the point. Now reversal back far side. Bucciacone with a shot. And with the glove, it's speared by Anoka Olsen.
Yeah, shots this period. We don't have an official total, but Centennial way out in front as far as shots go. But Anoka Olsen not giving up those rebounds. And this could be out of hand, but she's keeping the Tornadoes in it.
Hemmer against Olsen on the face-off, won by the Cougars, and a shot that goes back up along the end wall. Played up but not out by the Tornadoes. And that'll be the final seconds here of the first period. And that's how we end period number 1. Centennial Spring Lake Park getting goals from Ball and from Hemmer. And we'll go to our first intermission here at the Anoka Area Ice Arena. 2-0 Cougars lead the Tornadoes here tonight on QCTV Sports.
Peterson Shoes in Anoka has been a staple of the community for over a century, and this winter they are making sure that everyone has the footwear they need for these cold months.
Well, Peterson Shoes, the beginning of the store was in the 1880s. We were originally across the street. It was founded by a family, their last name was Gillespie, and it was purchased by, would it be my husband's grandparents in, we believe, around 1940, and it's been in Anoka for quite some time, and we decided to get involved. We've always been involved in the community and doing different things and giving to charities and things like that, so this just seemed like a really good fit for us, being that it was collecting shoes, and often our customers ask, you know, if we recycle or take things that maybe don't fit them anymore, so it was just a good way to put those two together. So we are partnering with the City of Anoka, and we are accepting gently used footwear that will be donated to the Souls for Souls charity, and you can drop any of those off here at Peterson Shoes, which is at 209 East Main Street in Anoka, and we will be accepting donations through the end of December. We may decide to do this and continue it on, but for right now we're just going to go through the end of December. So any gently used shoes would be greatly appreciated, and those will go to help relieve poverty at different charities around the world. They accept everything. They will even accept mismated shoes or single pairs of shoes, because often there are people, you know, amputees and things that need, you know, just one shoe. So they're accepting everything. It started on Saturday. There was the city recycling event, so they were collecting there. I believe they collected 160 pounds of shoes there. We probably collected around 100 here, and that was just, you know, the initial kickoff. So like I said, we'll be going through December, and there have been a lot of people bringing things in, you know, individual pairs as well as, you know, whole bags full of things. So it just depends on what you have. A lot of people deciding they're going to clean out their closet, and you know, things that they can no longer use or don't fit them anymore are a great thing to donate.
In store on December 5th, there will be an Ice Bug Winter Boots demonstration with a drawing to win a free pair of boots and ice studs. A great chance to learn about the new winter footwear that's perfect for these icy days ahead.
Well, one thing I'd love to mention is that we were, again, for the second year in a row, we were elected Best Shoe Store in Minnesota by the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, so we're very proud of that. That was just announced on Monday. So thank you all for voting, but we do our best to, you know, provide for our customers and you know, give great customer service and great products.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please? Uh-huh.
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground out of your car right there! Over your head!
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Anoka County Brotherhood Council, also known as ACBC Food Shelf, is a community-based organization located in Anoka County, serving over 10,000 families per year. We have been providing our neighbors with food, clothing, and resources for over 50 years. Providing food to the community is our largest program, and we do this through a food shelf, a grocery delivery program for those who are homebound, and special food distributions available throughout the year. We value our participants' time and have appointments available online and by phone to ensure quick services, making it easier for those with tight schedules and transportation difficulties. The experience of the shopper is important to us, and we take great care in making sure our food shelf market is well stocked, especially with fresh and healthy food items, which can be more expensive for those on tight budgets. We want our space to feel like a grocery store, and we want our shoppers to feel they are cared for. When someone visits us, they will also have access to our family advocate who can provide assistance in navigation with other resources and partnerships. We also have a clothing closet which has clothing and household items for the entire family, a birthday bag program where parents can select age-appropriate theme bags for children up to age 18, and for low-income adults ages 60 plus, we are the only food shelf in Minnesota selected as a CSFP food provider, providing the opportunity for extra food items and nutrition education. We are blessed to be in such a great community that supports our work with volunteers, food donations, cash donations, and just sharing our message. We thank you for your support.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level.
Father,
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
The death of George Floyd, who died in police custody Monday night.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation. It's going to take more than just us, as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to help us make a change because it just can't be us.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
There's your score, 2-0 Centennial Spring Lake Park as we get ready for the start of the second period. Along with Jim Childs, I'm Jim Erickson, Anoka Area Ice Arena. And here are the highlights from that first period. Centennial Spring Lake Park applying some heat and some pressure. They got a couple of goals in that game. 22 shots on goal in that first period.
Yeah, Anoka Olsen did a nice job of stopping a majority of them, but there was a couple that got through. And one right there.
Ball with her second of the season at 12:22. Then on a break after Anoka had a couple of chances and a scramble around the net, and the Centennial netminder Caitlin Gross. Anoka came close to getting on the board and tying the game. Like I said before, you see that so many times, the ebb and flow, the up and down, the roller coaster. Back comes Centennial. Anoka trying to apply that heat, getting down and being around the net, trying to cause problems in that goal area. But then you get trapped sometimes, and then Hemmer came back to the way, showed some speed, able to break away and get her fourth of the season.
Yeah, and she went top shelf too, and over the glove of Olsen, who really had done a great job. And again, Caitlin Gross was able to make a couple of quick key saves, and one nice give and go between Kristoff and Ellie Hennis.
Got to compliment Sean Moline and his. He's got a Centennial hockey logo on his Paul Bunyan shirt. He's got the red and black lumberjack shirt, and it's got the logo on. I think that's a great choice.
Yeah, it is.
I can't say I've ever seen that before. That's a great look. And like we said before, he's coming in here in his third season leading this program, as it's the Cougars the other way, leading at 2-0, and the second period is underway from Anoka here tonight. Tuesday night girls hockey during the holiday season. The Centennial Spring Lake Park team, they'll be playing in the Breck tournament coming up during the holidays. Anoka is not scheduled for a holiday tournament here this season. If you're just joining us, Centennial Spring Lake Park in the black uniforms. We have not had a penalty, so no special teams yet in this hockey game as the puck is picked up by Anoka. Abby Moore, and a shot that will be gloved by Caitlin Gross, and she'll hold on. Face off in the Cougar zone. You can see Gross with the A on her uniform, and there you see that sharp looking jacket and shirt. It's got the button snaps and the Centennial hockey logo on there. I think that's great.
Yeah, it is. It is a good look, and in this arena you need it.
Yes. An extra level of flannel always comes in handy. As Centennial Spring Lake Park winning the draw, they'll bounce it off the wall. Speaking of bouncing, the puck does bounce, so there's no icing on it. Olsen comes out to greet it and sweep it off to the side. Tornadoes trying to clear. Kristoff up out to center, onto the stick of Amsler. Amsler gains the Centennial zone. She'll flip it in along the end wall. She's the first one to it. Puts on the brakes. Katie Ball runs into her. Kristoff joins the play. Dumps it back in low for Amsler. Ball found her way there. Tried to swing it around. Kept in. Anoka keeping it deep with Tiki Barron. We'll work it all the way up to the point. Waiting for it, Francois. Now the Cougars up the other way. They're right to left here this period. Hannah Thompson into the zone. Tornadoes find it there. They'll swing it around. 2-0 Centennial Spring Lake Park. Butchiconi has it. Almost had it picked off by Reinholz, who had visions of a break going the other way and maybe getting Anoka on the board. Just out of her reach. Hamacher, a bouncing pass. Botno Bridget here for Anoka. Centers it out in front. Camp there was Reinholz, but she was tied up.
Nice play by Alexa Larson, who was able to tie up Reinholz.
That was the third line for Anoka getting an offensive chance. No shot on net, but again, an opportunity. Tornadoes, a little more push here to start the second period, down 2-0. Reagan Reinholz got that puck in. She's off on the line change heading to the Anoka bench. Of course, it's a short change from the offensive zone here in the second period. The long change from the defensive zone. Camp for Centennial Spring Lake Park has it pickpocketed nicely by Caitlin Booth, who got back. Her feet ahead for Moore. Moore coming in 1-on-2 down that left wing. A little bit of a bump from Bucciaconi. And then Booth gets it back. Now it's Moore. Moore plays it back. Wrist shot by Rickley. That hit a leg. Moore back in. Centering pass and camped out in front. Rickley, and it went by her. She just fanned on it. Back out to the point. Quick shot. Francois gets it back. Throws it in wide of Gross. Rebound in the corner. Anoka, a good shift here. Back at neutral. Alm throws it right back in. Made sure she was on the good side of the red line. Good play there. Anoka forechecking again. Francois there near side. Lost it for O'Hara. O'Hara, then she coughed it up, and a wrist shot just wide by Francois. I don't think you see Lauren O'Hara lose the puck like that. It was a nice check by the Tornadoes to be able to get that puck clear. One of the top players here in the area. And a future Gopher.
Yeah, definitely some hops coming out of the locker room by the Tornadoes. Their forecheck has been much stronger this period.
And they've put, when Centennial's been in their zone here, Centennial Spring Lake Park, they've been a bit on their heels. O'Hara gets the pass back, and it's right onto the logo of Anoka Olsen's sweater, the big A, and she'll make the save.
Yeah, O'Hara, definitely a different player when she's got that puck. Nice little snap right outside in the high slot, right on to Olsen.
I think we need to get QCTV shirts.
Yeah, with
that,
the flannel,
like the Paul
yes,
Bunyan,
absolutely.
the lumberjack look.
I'm sure Taylor can get that ordered tonight.
Back down the left wing, Amsler here for Anoka. Trying to get on the board, trailing at 2-0. Nearing 5 minutes into the second period here tonight for the Anoka Ice Arena. Camp takes the pass, trying to get to it. She did, but slipped it underneath the goaltender Olsen and wide of the net. Camp did a nice job racing for that puck off the near side bank pass.
Yeah, she's been active in the offensive zone tonight in both the first and this period.
Jarpy, New Power. New Power gets it off the block to the dot, centers it backside, shot deflected. Nice defense, Booth, for Anoka. If not, there was a lot of net to work with there for the Cougars. New Power trying to hold it in. Anoka now bottled up a bit in their zone. Botno able to push it out. Up for Kristoff, who chips it off a stanchion. Bouncing puck back out to center by the Cougars. It's Camp. Comes down the near wing and shot from outside. Goes back behind the net. Back to the far side wall. Shimabakura. And the Tornadoes will try the near side. And it'll be flipped. It was tipped, so no icing. Play will continue. We have not had a lot of whistles here tonight. We have not had any penalties. Tornadoes, Olsen tried to shoot that one, didn't get much on it. Always a danger with too many players on the ice when you got the puck there and the team is changing right at the Anoka bench.
Yeah, it looked like it hit her skate.
Yeah, they let that go. Good call, good no call there. Ball has it up at the blue line. Sends it back in low to Hemmer. And now the Cougars will try to push back. Ball, wrist shot, traffic. It's in the crease, up in the air. And Olsen was out of the crease, got some help from her defenders there. I thought it was Rickley, the center, who may have gotten a stick on it to clear it out of danger. Francois was there defending the net as well for Anoka, but not yet out. Hamacher for the Tornadoes, swinging it around. Francois bouncing it the other way. Another one that was tipped, so no icing. Wouldn't have had enough mustard anyway. As it'll be ball back for Centennial here first. Has to deal with Hennis. Hennis, we mentioned, leads Anoka in scoring here with a couple of goals on the season, including the overtime game winner. Again, Anoka opened the season with a 2-1 win over Cloquet-Esco Carleton. Tied Duluth, lost to Hutchinson 3-2, and then most recently Saturday dropped one to Elk River. Here's a good, and what a save by Olsen. Oh, that was such a great chance for Centennial. Spring Lake Park and Chat Lane appeared to have been robbed by Anoka Olsen. Keeps it 2-1.
Had a great save, and what a pass from O'Hara.
It was a great pass, but Olsen able to go from her right to her left, able to cover that net, and boy, was that fantastic. We'll see a replay of that shortly here. as the puck gets forced in offside in and across the Anoka line. 2-0 Centennial Spring Lake Park, but it was almost 3-0 on this.
Yeah, nice backhand pass.
Oh, yeah.
What a great save by Olsen. That's tough to be able to put that backhand pass where O'Hara did, and she was nice positioning by Chatelaine.
She got that left pad over there. Chatelaine tried to sneak it under that pad, but Anoka Olsen said, Keeps it 2-0 here with 9:10 left in the second period. Far corner, Chatelaine again to the right side. Big blast by O'Hara. One-time shot, saved by Olsen. That's one thing that Coach Moline said about Anoka is their goaltending. You know, obviously they faced Pavarud last year, and they know that Gretchen was very good last year. I don't know how much they knew about Anoka Olsen, but Olsen's made some big saves against this Cougar team here so far tonight. You see her there.
Yeah, and the saves that she has made, just hasn't been a lot of juicy rebounds that have come out front like we've mentioned before. O'Hara, boy, she's got a presence on the ice.
Olsen takes the draw for Anoka, pulls it back behind the net, but the Cougars are the first one to it. O'Hearn with a shot, and again from the perimeter, outer half of the near circle, and seeing it all the way in is Anoka Olsen. She'll freeze play again.
Yeah, those passing lanes have been kind of clogged up by the Tornadoes, and good vision for Olsen.
Second line center Ella O'Hearn taking the draw for the Cougars. They win that face-off. New power, reversal right side. That hit the goalie up high. Good save by Olsen. A shot by Kuhlenkamp, who's been very active offensively here in the second period. The midway mark of the second period, still 2-0. And shot from the right side, Kuhlenkamp again. Kuhlenkamp taking a lot of shots. She gets it again, and a shot. Stick save by Olsen. Rebound. She's looking behind her because it's behind the net. O'Hearn again. Little give and go with a shot. Save. Rebound. Olsen down on the ice. And she's on top of the puck, single-handedly keeping Anoka in this game with 8:11 left in the second.
Yeah, what passing by Centennial. Centennial's able to just move that puck around. Nice little give and go right here. Save, and another save. 3 saves in a row by Olsen.
Hemmer in on the draw, going up against the Tornadoes. Rickley. Hemmer wins it. They bring it back here near side. Quick shot. That may have hit Olsen. It sounded like off the mask on the wrist shot by Hannah Thompson. It wasn't pad. It wasn't jersey. It wasn't pipe. It had that plastic sound to it. And that's usually either the mask or that gobbler, the neck protector that hangs down. As Anoka finally getting that puck the other way. Centennial had spent a lot of time in the Anoka zone here the last few minutes. Let's see if the Tornadoes can respond and do some pressure of their own. Clocker throws it back in. Ella Hennis, team's leading goal scorer with a couple. Abby Moore brings it up the wall, runs into a couple of Cougars. Coming down the defenseman, pinching Booth. We'll keep it in momentarily, but with control as ball. Was looking for Hemmer. Instead, it's on the stick of Clausen. Clausen comes in. And with that left-handed shot, it's in the left hand of the goaltender Olsen. Spears it with the glove.
You can see the confidence of Olsen as she continues to make save after save. Really a 2-on-1. Could have passed it over to Hemmer, who was on the backside.
2-0 Centennial, Spring Lake Park. Off of the draw, dancing in. Here comes O'Hara right off of that face-off win. Another save by Olsen. O'Hara gets the rebound, plays it up high. Larson, a shot blocked. Back to O'Hara. Anoka getting on her quickly, and O'Hara comes in from the right wing shot. Deflects and flutters into the corner. Under 7 left in the second period. Cougars getting close here. Centering pass. Chatelaine fanned on it from the slot. Larson back on the right side of Chatelaine. Cross ice to O'Hearn. And a bouncing puck. Knocked down by the stick and blocker of Olsen. Chatelaine gets it again below the goal line. Looks for O'Hara on the near wing. Pass, though, misses, and Centennial basically clears the puck on themselves all the way down. But Ciccone blocked. Turnover. Amsler looking for some help with a shot that just fluttered up high. On a one-time shot by Amaya Olsen. Back to the doorstep, to the slot. Anoka trying to get their stick on it there. That was Olsen again. Now it's O'Hara who tracks it down. She had 3 goals against Champlain Park, Coon Rapids, and a 4-goal game against Rosemont. Anoka on the attack. Reinholtz comes in on the backhand. Getting back defensively, Butchikoni needed some help on the trailer. Bounced it back to the blue line. Slapped by Clocker. Clocker ends up with it. Now she'll saucer it into the far corner. After it there is Reinholtz. Behind the net. Looking for some help from Maya Olsen. And instead O'Hara comes away with that puck. Lead pass Chat Lane to the Anoka line. And her shot from the right side as she pulled it back. It was blocked by Anoka defense. And the Tornadoes get it back up ahead to center. Rickley didn't have any numbers there. Anoka on the change. Pushed out by O'Hearn for Centennial. Intercepted. Booth goes the other way. And then it's back onto the stick. Jarpie into the far corner. Trailed by Booth. Jarpie behind the net. 5 minutes left here in period number 2. Loose puck to Hennis for Anoka. Hennis coming in. To the net is Rickley. And Hennis gets a shot, hoping for maybe a rebound with Kendall Rickley going to the net. But Caitlin Gross controls that rebound. Face off in the Centennial zone.
You know, Centennial's only loss is to Maple Grove so far in a 2-0 game. And Anoka making a nice comeback from their 6-1 loss to Elk River.
That, of course, is a rematch of last year's section championship. Maple Grove defeating Centennial Spring Lake Park by a 4-2 score. The Centennial Spring Lake Park team qualified for state in 2021. That was the COVID year, but because of COVID, they could not play in the quarterfinals and had to forfeit. Much like what happened to Hill Murray on the boys tournament. Here's a centering pass. One-time shot by Cody and a combination save that time by Anoka Olsen. Puck's changing directions, and she's really seeing the puck well and reacting well as well. Kuhlenkamp, cross ice. New Power sends it wide of the net. Looking for a back wall carom. Francois ends up with it. Now back behind the net. Centennial intercepts. New Power again. One-time shot, and that was off of Olsen and into the corner. And cleared by Anoka. Back to New Power. Will go back to get it here for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Long pass up ahead, but O'Hearn was in early.
She just
could not wait. You know, she was ready to go. She left that blue line just a little too early. So that'll bring the face-off back in the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone.
Yeah, we are going long periods of time between whistles, and boy, the action is up and down. Yeah. Great to see it. You know, Anoka could have folded their tents up after the second goal, right? You know, within a minute. They have not. They've made a nice adjustment and made this really an offensive game for them.
Anoka getting to the puck. It will sneak out of the zone. Clocker was there, but she fell down, and it's Clausen the other way along with Shimavakura here for Centennial, and a shot from a bad angle. Kicked away by Olsen. Shimavakura after the rebound along with Clausen. Shimavakura, Clausen. Paige Clausen, just a freshman. Freshmen, 8th graders, and 7th graders on the Centennial Spring Lake Park team. Anoka trying to push it the other way. Can they get a break going here with Kristoff at the line? She takes a shot, blocked, and then off of the rebound, a second chance through Thompson. And it squirts in on Caitlin Gross, who scoops it up for the Centennial Spring Lake Park Cougars. Do a live look in here. Blaine and Centennial. Boys hockey.
Yeah, taking care of business right now. Boys are taking 6-0 over Blaine.
Over on the Olympic ice, Centennial Sports Arena. Here Anoka with a face-off win. Ella Hennis, team captain, shares those duties along with Amber Hansen. They look to gain some offensive zone time after this face-off win. Rickley tips it up to the blue line. Alm keeps it in just inches at the blue line. Alm, Rickley, then into the corner. But Ciccone bouncing it. Coming down the wall is Alm. Alm holds it in. Tips it up to Rickley. 2.5 left. Alm, one-time shot. That sticked away. And Gross able to kick it to the far side. And then back up ahead, right to left. Chat Lane. Pickpocketed, played the other way, Rickley. And it's intercepted again here by Champlin Park. Right side, there's a shot off of the pipe by Lauren O'Hara, and it goes out of play for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Face-off will be here in the Anoka zone.
Lager with a nice pass right in the high slot, and O'Hara brings it in right off that post.
And that's just who they want to have in that scoring area.
Absolutely.
You get into that slot between the dashes, and that's why you can see they feed her in those areas, those scoring areas, why she has 11 goals on the season. So far, Anoka's been able to keep her off the board. Did you see the future gopher right there, the senior?
Good size. She's got some great stick handling ability, and she's got a nice shot.
And she's won a lot of faceoffs here tonight, although this one here is picked off by Anoka. They'll control up ahead to center. Tiki Barron down that far wall, taken out along the wall, but not giving up. Leah Amsler to dump it back in below the goal line with under 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Puck tipped up here by Centennial Spring Lake Park. Back in deep, loose puck. Lager's going to get to it, reverse it over to the far side. New power, got bumped. Trying to carry it out, Amsler for Anoka. Held in, Lager, here's her wrist shot, kicked out with the right pad. Annika Olsen kicks it to the near wing. O'Hearn keeps it in, chips it into the corner. Cody after it for Centennial Spring Lake Park. And Anoka comes away with that puck, and they come out to center. Barron in on the netminder. Gross makes the save, steers it over the far side, then a long rink-wide diagonal pass up to O'Hearn. O'Hearn leaves it for Kuhlenkamp, back to O'Hearn, and it was in on Olsen, and Olsen pushed it back behind the net. With a minute left to go in the second period. Still 2-0, that was our score after the first. O'Hearn playing catch here on the near side. Up to the point to Thompson, it's stolen away. Intercepted Reinholz across the red line. After it is Botno for Anoka. Gets a stick on it along with Reinholz. Puck still at neutral and back to the Anoka zone. Tornadoes Hamacher to center. Kuhlenkamp intercepts. Gives it to Botno, who tips it into the Centennial Spring Lake Park zone. Ball behind the net. Ball and Hemmer, the two goal scorers here in the game tonight for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Kuhlenkamp guides it into the corner. 18 seconds left in the period. Rickley for Anoka surveying the situation. Number 24 comes up to the point again with Thompson at the near point. Doing a nice job slamming the door, holding the zone a couple of times. Now it does sneak out to ball. Final second, here comes the horn. And that's it for the second period. So, Jim, a good second period for Anoka. They came into the period down 2-0, and they held Centennial off the board in the period and created some offensive chances for themselves, just haven't been able to put it in the net.
Yeah, and I think we saw all three lines for Anoka really have some opportunity and create those offensive opportunities. So, good third period coming up, Centennial and the Panthers.
Same score as we had in the first intermission as we move to the second intermission. Centennial Spring Lake Park leading Anoka 2-0 here on QCTV Sports.
Allison Griffith. I am the owner of Allison's Petite Pastries here in Ramsey, Minnesota. We have been open for 2 months now, and it's been going amazing thanks to the wonderful community of Ramsey. One of my specialty things that I have here are called petite gâteaux. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but it's a petite gâteau, so it means little cake in French. It is essentially a mousse element, something crunchy into it, a fruit element, a fruit curd, different elements like that create this thing. And what it is it's meant for like one person kind of thing. So with the petite, making things cute and tiny, but I also wanted to go for like the more individualized desserts. So behind me you can see all of the gorgeous petite gâteaux that I have. I kind of do a little play on different things, like there is like a brownie in there called Out of This World Brownie. It's amazing. It's the best brownie. Double chocolate, layer of fudge, layer of ganache, and then my favorite little cosmic sprinkles on top too. So it's something familiar for the city and for people around here to kind of familiarize themselves with. And then I've got my cheesecake, which is like, I will die with that recipe. It's the best cheesecake. I can turn any person who does not like cheesecake, after they try mine, they're hooked. My dad is requesting this year a French silk pie for Christmas, so we will definitely be doing that. The cookie boxes will be back with the 2 different sizes. Great for company parties, great for just having all the neighbor kids out in your yard making a bunch of snowmen and then having some cookies for them as well. The nice thing about those is we'll have kind of, the macaroons in there too for a nice gluten-free option as well. We'll have kind of our classic pack. Obviously my favorite Linzer cookies will be in there as well too. We'll just have kind of tons of stuff. We'll always have case cakes in there and cake pops that are themed. I literally can't wait to turn this bakery from Thanksgiving to Christmas in like a couple hours. So I'm very excited about that. The community has been absolutely incredible. I could not believe it. I literally, the days leading up to grand opening day, I was like, nobody's gonna show up. Nobody's gonna show up. They don't know who I am. It was absolutely incredible. Every time I popped my head up here looking, I got tears in my eyes because I was like, I can't believe this many people want to come and support me, and it's been insane. They've supported me at my house. They've supported me since I've opened. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from the community saying that they just love having a bakery in their town, and that's all I wanted to do ever since I was a kid, was to bring the first bakery to my hometown. And with Ramsey, they've been so awesome and so supportive and so just 10 out of 10 of a community. I couldn't have asked for a better community. There's no other city I'd want to put them in.
Introducing Mrs. Ice Cream and Soda Pop Shop. Located in Ramsey, Minnesota, just off of Bunker and St. Francis Boulevard, Mrs. brings a new retro ice cream parlor experience to the Anoka Ramsey area. I was able to catch up with the owners Ethan and Jess Pratt, the same owners who brought Ambi Wine Bar to downtown Anoka, to learn more about their story and goals with their new business venture.
When we opened Ambi Wine Bar, we wanted to create a one-of-a-kind, just unique experience that really focused on the ambiance. Over the last year and a half, we welcomed the birth of our daughter, Isabel, last summer 2021, and with her birth we wanted to continue to extend what we were doing with Ambi, but focus on new moments, more moments that were centered around family, places that we could take our daughter, And with that came the creation of Mrs. Ice Cream and Soda Pop Shop.
We'd like to think that we offer a different type of experience here. We like to incentivize people staying and enjoying the ambiance. So one of the questions that we'll ask you when you come in to order is if you would like it for here or to go. And if you say for here, we'll put it in a lovely glass dish or cup for you. And it really just kind of helps with the whole experience, tying it all together. It's part of great moments. So if you are having a glass like this, you're gonna feel that you can stay a little bit longer. You know, we're designing the dining floor for that experience. You know, just really slow down, take your time. We don't want anybody to feel rushed, and having a stay glass item is part of that, as opposed to just a paper cup that typically people are used to getting in other ice cream shops.
As soon as you walk into Mrs. for the first time, you'll see just how inviting it is to stay, enjoy the moment, and the 1950s atmosphere.
With this space, we've been looking to really focus on the experience. As you can see behind me, we've got an old retro dining car where it feels more like you know, your classic 1950s diner. And in that space, we're looking to host events, and so we'll be adding events to our event calendar now that we've passed our grand opening. And within that, you know, we'll be exploring things like movies for large groups, potentially reserving the space for larger groups, and you know, allowing people to entertain groups as they see best fit.
But of course, the main attraction is the ice cream and soda. And much like Ambi Wine Bar, the options are plentiful with different combinations of ice cream, cookies, and soda to enjoy together. It would be hard not to try something different each time you visit.
So right now, on the line, we have 12 options of premium hard scooped ice cream, and then we also offer 4 options of gelato, which is Italian ice cream. We're excited to see the trends that are coming in for what people are ordering. We had a lot of milkshakes be ordered, so that gives us incentive to maybe make those a little bit more specialty and fun. I'm personally really excited about our cookie sandwich line that we have. We have a fantastic one that is really surprising to people. It's a lemon cooler cookie with a blueberry cheesecake ice cream, and so it's just different. It goes outside of that classic, you know, cookie, chocolate chip cookie dough with just vanilla ice cream. So kind of, you know, pushing those boundaries of all the possibilities, but yet we can still leave the imagination for them to create their own too.
What we try to do is have about, you know, 12 to 15 or so ice cream and soda pops both on the list, and the thought is to make it fun, playful, and drive discovery, just like with the wine bar, just like with Ambi Wine Bar. We're always trying to help people find their next favorite.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
We had a great tour today with members from the city of Ramsey. We had some of our county representatives and state representatives here. And super interesting group, tons of questions, and they really engaged us about what's going on here. We're kind of a unique facility where we have 22 acres of greenhouses here in the heart of Ramsey. And we were able to tour the whole facility, see the whole place, and great, super interesting group. Green Valley started in 1977. My parents started the business, and they ran it from 77 to 2004. And they started with vegetables and farming, and they slowly made their way into the horticulture business through hanging baskets and local farmers markets and grocery stores. Today, Green Valley has 22 acres of covered greenhouses, and we have about another 10 acres of outdoor growing space.
What an amazing facility. I'm really glad that they're here in Ramsey. what a great environment to be in, especially in the winter. To be able to walk through here, it feels like Florida maybe a little bit. So that's refreshing, and it smells great, looks great, just a beautiful place. So
it's cool because we're a local grower. I mean, we're located right here in Ramsey, and we basically ship in the metro area. We take care of Cub Foods, being the local grocery chain, and we take care of Costco in our state. And then in our own garden center, you know, we've really tried to tailor plants that are going to do well in our region. You know, with our colder winters, where we're about a zone 4, we have outdoor products that you're going to have success with.
Yeah, they're a great member of the community. They hire a lot of local employees. We were just talking about that. It's the third largest greenhouse operation in the state. It's just totally impressive to see everything going right here in Ramsey.
Just a great company, great people. I think just a tremendous success story for this area, and very, very pleased that they're in District 1 in Anoka County. We love to have that. We just took a tour of Federal the other day, and so we have some awesome employers in the area, this being one of them. And people just don't even know where their stuff comes from. They see it in the grocery store. They don't know that it originates from a place like this and the good people putting it together. So awesome tour. Great time.
Okay, Dad.
Teams heading back out on the ice here for the second period, or for the third period, as we look back to the second period. A scoreless second period. The goalies were the highlight of that second period, Jim, especially the starting netminder here for the Anoka Tornadoes. Anoka Olsen made some big saves to keep this 2-0.
Yeah, 16 of them, 16 shots, 16 saves for Anoka Olsen right here. Tough shot, and that one right there, probably the best out of it. Yeah, I believe that Chanticleer that was right there, and yeah, from a nice pass from O'Hara. But she was outstanding, all over, moving laterally. Just a great job by Anoka Olsen.
Yeah, she comes out to the top of her crease. Look at her cut off the angle. She's following the puck well and moving laterally along and in the crease area to follow those passes and put herself in the best position to make those saves. And that's really, you know, positionally she's been very good. And
you're getting a lot of looks from after those shots, especially from O'Hara, where she's looking up into the rafters saying, what do I got to do to beat this goaltender?
And of course, on the other end for the Tornadoes, trying to find a way to get some offensive pressure on the other end. They've had a little spurts here or there, but they haven't been able to beat Centennial Spring Lake Park goaltender Caitlin Gross, who came in with a 1.26 goals against and a .954 save percentage and a 3-1-0 record here. Centennial opened their season. They lost to Maple Grove. Then since then, they've beaten Rosemont, Forest Lake, Elk River 3-1, Champlain Park, Coon Rapids, and Armstrong Cooper. And right off of the draw, the 5-1 Centennial Spring Lake Park Cougars, having won 5 in a row, getting an offensive look, and Anoka turns it back to the way. Anoka in the white uniforms, black uniforms here for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Underway in our third period in a 2-0 game. From the Anoka Ice Arena. Shot from the left wing. Hennis didn't quite get all of that. And it's pushed up by O'Hara, up ahead to center, finding Chatelaine. She thought she may have had a trailer. I think Grace Lager was going down the slot. Puck instead got poked to the corner. Along the end wall, Clocker for Anoka. Stolen right back here. Lager shows nifty stick handling to Jarpy with a shot, kicked away. Rebound Tornadoes. Moore up again to center, right onto the stick of Anna Jarpy, who's a third set of D. Anoka grabs it at their line. Clocker, little flip ahead. Amsler doesn't have numbers here in the Centennial zone. And the Cougars getting working the other way. New Power pushes up the center in front of the benches on that far side. Intercepted. Anoka trying to go across the ice. That was a good look and good idea by Barron, but couldn't quite connect it to Amsler. Now Ahern comes in on the right wing for Centennial into the Anoka zone. As it's stripped away, Georgia Francois. Anoka trying to find a way to put one through here. Trailing it 2-0. Right now Centennial, though, in the offensive zone. Curling away from the wall, Thompson carries it out in front, trickling puck through the blue paint. And trying to get a stick on it, Kuhlenkamp and Ahern. And it's Ahern able to peel away from some bodies. Hands it off to Kuhlenkamp out in front, and Cody kicks it in. Not a lot of mustard on that, and a relatively easy save, one of the easier ones here for Anoka Olsen as she covers with that glove.
Yeah, nice cover up by the defense with the two skaters that were right around the net. They were tied up, and Olsen, like you said, one of the easier saves that she's made tonight, and she's made a bunch.
Both these goaltenders, there's one that rolls in right off of the faceoff. Ella Ahern following that puck, but Olsen covered it up. It's fun to see both goalies when they're having fun. We've had a couple of close-ups here tonight, and they've made some saves. They've had a smile on their face when they've made a save and given that glove back to the linesman or the referee here tonight. Teams exchange possession. Ball at the blue line, keeps it in. Backhands it in for Cody. First one to it, Clocker. Swung around Booth, but held in here by Centennial. Maya Olsen tipped off of the stick of Clocker, and back in low for Centennial. Quick centering pass, Ahern didn't make it. Intercepted Booth. Booth surrounded and lost it. Ahern takes it to the right wing, and a shot that hit traffic out in front. Goes back to that left side. Thompson then pushes it right back in the corner. Cougars do a good job getting that puck deep. You probably hear that a lot when you ask teams about what's the key for you. What do you got to do? We got to get pucks deep.
Well,
get pucks deep.
And really, the second period wasn't necessarily that way. This period they've done a great job with that.
And the Cougars in their own zone, now deep in their own end. Thompson banks it off the end wall. Controlling it is Hemmer. Hemmer had the second goal of the game here for Centennial, her fourth of the season that made it 2-0. And that is where we're at right now. 3.5 minutes into the third period. Centering pass attempt by Hemmer. Got deflected right back to her. Intercepted Botno, tried to clear it out. Ends up back up along the end wall. That was Rickley, 24, tried to clear it out. Rickley following the play. Alm also following defensively as Centennial works it back below the goal line. Ball with a centering pass. Comes back up to the blue line, Renslow. And on the far side, Shima Bakuro trying to change direction. Bucciaconi came in on the play. Shima Bakuro there as well. Intercepted with Hennis, team captain for Anoka. And she just took a check, and that's going to be our first penalty of the night. A little bit of an elbow and a check into the glass. And Annabelle Bucciaconi is going to go to the box here for Centennial Spring Lake Park. And here's a golden opportunity. There'll be a body check, the official call here. And our first power play for either team here tonight.
Yeah, I was just thinking the referees have really swallowed their whistles. And that one, absolutely a penalty. As Botncone got up on Hennis. Yep.
Wasn't a vicious elbow, but she got that elbow up into the shoulder and clearly initiated contact. It wasn't one of those, that body contact that they allow along the wall where you kind of come in and cut a person off. That was a definite body check, and a shorthanded the other way. It'll be offside here. Lauren O'Hara coming in, and that'll bring the face-off outside of that Anoka blue line.
Yeah, Chatelaine just in a little bit farther before O'Hara was able to, Chatleen's an 8th grader, but boy, she's a polished player out there. You would never guess that she's not in high school yet.
Well, Ball, who scored the goal, a 9th grader here tonight for Centennial. The other goal scorer was a junior. Meanwhile, skating in on the right wing, Chatelaine, you mentioned her, an 8th grader. Bucciaconi, a 7th grader. JV game earlier here tonight was won by Centennial. That was a 4-0 final score. Anoka's on the power play trying to get going. Amsler in, shot right side, and it sails up high. Kristoff, a little mini break coming in on the goalie, Gross. Anoka holding it in now in low. Hennis. Pass in the middle, intercepted Centennial. Chat Lane to the red line. Then to the blue line, bounced it in on net. Pushed away by Olsen, the Anoka netminder. 55 seconds remaining in the power play, and the penalty called on Bucciaconi. New Power trying to keep it in. Centennial doing a nice job here on the penalty kill. You keep the other team in their own zone. That takes precious time off of that power play. Rickley glides to center, favors the right wing side, comes across, waiting for some help, overskated the puck and lost it onto the stick of Thompson, who then clears. Race for it the other way. Along the end wall, Francois able to avoid Chat Lane, comes up out to center and then thrown right back in by Centennial Spring Lake Park. All behind her own net. That's going to be it for the penalty. So out of the box is Bucciaconi. And Centennial has killed off the first power play and penalty of the night. With 10:40 left to go, we're in the third period. 2-0 Centennial Champlain Park. Both of their goals, or excuse me, Spring Lake Park. Both of their goals came in that first period. Coolenkamp comes in on the attack. Look for a backdoor. Then out in front, open net. Two big saves by Olsen. Then on the third chance, they score. Olsen made two very good saves as she was down on the ice. But the Cougars kept with it. And on about the third, maybe even the fourth chance at it, they get the goal to make it 3-0.
I think that's Lauren O'Hearn, or Ella O'Hearn, that was able to score that goal, the senior. She jumped into the bench afterwards. We'll see here. There's the first save, second
Ball had
save.
a chance, yeah.
And Ball, O'Hare, and
they had three players.
Yeah.
Centennial had the net absolutely surrounded. And that makes it 3-0 here. We'll get the official call, see who they awarded the goal to. But now Anoka, as we near 10 minutes left in the third period and in this game, down 3-0. And it was O'Hearn. Ball gets her second point of the night. Coolenkamp and Ball the assist. O'Hearn, her fourth of the season. And for Centennial Spring Lake Park, Anoka's been hanging around here. A little breathing room for them. As was Hemmer this time in close. No shot on net. Picked up Anoka out to center and flipped in by Reinholtz. She'll head to the bench. Line change here for the Tornadoes. Fresh troops here for Anoka. Centennial trying to bang it out of the zone. Larson was blocked at the blue line. Tipped on the right side. Shot by Rickley. Didn't get all of it. Behind the Centennial net. Cougars push it up ahead far side. Madeline Wolter, fourth line center. Wolter gives it here to Hemmer. And Hemmer in tight. Rebound back into the corner. Grace Lager. Chat Lane. In the middle, right onto the stick of the defenseman. Francois did a nice job just clearing it out of danger, but not yet out of the zone. Jarpy up at the blue line for the Cougars. That one came all the way through, went through two sets. That looked like croquet.
It certainly did.
Went through two sets of wickets, and the save needed by Olsen.
The double nutmeg.
Jarpy comes down the wall to pinch. That leaves the point available and open and vacated. They have to go back out to center. Here's the smooth sailing. O'Hara brings it to the left wing. Gets a shot. Saved by Olsen. Rebound Jarpley. That's blocked. Getting a body on it. Hennis comes out to center. And a race for the puck here for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes on the change, so not a lot of help there for Reese Kristoff. And it'll be O'Hara who looks to turn it up along the near side dasher. Does it sneak out? No. Tornadoes doing a nice job holding it in. And then they center it. Here's Amsler, a shot. Amsler after the rebound. 7:50 remaining here, third period. Anoka gets it back out at center. Barron, they're 3-on-2, but Centennial coming back, hustling, and a shot from that right wing is trapped by the glove of the goaltender, Caitlin Gross. The junior netminder will force a face-off here in her zone. To her left, 3-0 Cougars.
Like we mentioned, Caitlin Gross has been starting since she was an 8th grader. 32 victories, career victories, looking for number 33 tonight.
Via Olsen in there taking the draw. Going up against Ella O'Hearn. 50-50 puck in the corner, as we like to say. Centennial now controls it. Long saucer pass Meyer, a little bit too far. Cody, O'Hearn, Anoka in their own end. Here to the near side, Reinholtz up to the blue line, held in nicely. Thompson. Anoka gets another chance to clear, and they do. That'll slide its way to the Centennial end. Katie Ball tipped to center. Kuhlenkamp steers it the other way, avoids one tornado, a second, and she'll stick handle her way into the tornado zone. Creates a shot. That one just below the neck and the chin of the goaltender Olsen, and hit her on that chest pad. Rebound to the Cougars. Kuhlenkamp in the corner. Towards the net. Good feed with O'Hearn, then tipping it out in front for Cody, and covering up again Anoka Olsen.
Yeah, nice pass out front. Cody just not able to get that stick on it, but Anoka Olsen, what can you say about her? Nothing is given up in front of that net. She is
nearing
solid.
50. It's got to be close to 50 shots on goals.
Yep.
38 through 2 periods. The 2-period shots on goal total is 38 Centennial Spring Lake Park and 12 for Anoka. Rickley winning the draw for Anoka. Tornadoes get it up to Moore. Moore then goes down in front of the benches. Center circle, intercepted Hennis. Anoka team captain. Comes in on the right side. Bears down on the backhand, squares up. Centering pass intended for Moore, intercepted, and Kuhlenkamp comes the other way. The sophomore forward. Kuhlenkamp with an assist on the last goal. Getting her 5th assist of the season, 6th point of the season. Larson takes a pass off the wall, shot right side, outer half of the circle. Knocked down by bodies out in front. Stick handling Rickley with position here for Anoka through center, but she was shy of the red line when she dumped it in. That'll be icing here on the Tornadoes with exactly 6 minutes remaining. 3-0 Cougars.
Yeah, the Tornadoes need to start those breakouts a little bit quicker, looking for those long stretch passes. Just any opportunity to get an offensive scoring chance. They're going to try to get back in this.
Jarpie, the Centennial Spring Lake Park team, they are going to be a contender this year, the Northwest Suburban, the tough Northwest Suburban, Maple Grove, Andover. And Centennial Spring Lake Park, they want to be right up in there in that discussion.
Rogers, too. Rogers,
yep.
another good team.
Don't forget about Rogers. Sometimes it's easier to forget about Rogers because they're so new to the conference.
Yeah,
and they were in the Mississippi 8 conference since their inception, since Rogers High School opened. Anoka getting it out close, up the slot. Kristoff comes down, takes a whack at it. Puck is still loose in the slot. There's Kristoff again. And she got spun down to the ice as the puck ends up into the corner and cleared up and out by the Cougars. And that'll bounce past Anoka's Francois, and they score! Oh, a bouncing puck that the Tornadoes could not deny at the blue line. It snuck past the defense, and Centennial takes advantage to up that lead to 4-0.
Yeah, Lauren Hemmer with her 2nd goal of the night, and that one, again, right out front. Nothing Olsen could do. That one just skipped over the stick of the defenseman. Hemmer right there. Good finish. And 2nd goal.
2nd goal of the game, 5th of the season for Hemmer.
Nice to be in your 7th game and have your 3rd line center with 5 goals.
I'm going to assume that that's going to be unassisted. We'll see. Yep. 11:51 time of the goal. Hemmer all alone for 5th of the season, 2nd of the night, 4-0. Centennial Spring Lake Park. Lager, good stick handler. I've been impressed with Grace Lager, who plays on that first line along with Lauren O'Hara. They make a good tandem. Centering pass. Lager again. Anoka, a lot of bodies in their slot. Jarpie trying to hold it in. It does sneak out. Rickley the other way. She'll be taken out by New Power. New Power finishing that slight check along the wall. Separates the puck from the Anoka player. Puck below the goal line here in the Centennial zone. Looking back the other way, Lauren O'Hara feeds it the length. No icing. Anoka back to get it. Clocker swoops behind her net. Tipped up out. Centennial brings it back in offside. That'll bring that face-off back out to the neutral zone, and a 4-0 Cougar lead. Under 4 now left to go.
The upcoming schedule for Centennial and the Stillwater. They are on the road. Stillwater, Spring Lake Park. That can't be right. Blaine, and then it will be home against Coon Rapids, and then.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
They'll be at Stillwater with 12-8. What's their game on 12-8? They play Moundsview.
Okay.
Irondale.
Yeah, and Centennial is not going to play Centennial either.
Intra-squad scrimmage. They put those on the schedule now. We're just joking. We're just joking. Happy birthday to Nicole, by the way, in the truck.
Oh.
Celebrating here today. I'm sure they'll be blowing out candles in the truck. I don't know if they allow. Do they allow open flame in the truck?
I hope so. I hope there's some cake left. At
Right.
least for
Yeah.
us.
Let us know. So happy birthday, Nicole. Working in the truck and doing a great job. Oh, Noel.
Noel, yes.
I misread it. Well, they'll be calling her Nicole now. Since the announcer said it, she's got a second name. You always need an alias. It's not a bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
O'Hearn with a shot. Traffic cleared all the way down. This will be icing here on Anoka. And we'll join Annika Olsen here, who has done a good job. And, of course, Anoka last year gave up a lot of shots on goal. They're not giving up. If you look at the analytics and you look at the stats, they're not giving up as many shots on goal as they were last year. And that's one of the areas that Logan Syvok in his first year as head coach, after being an assistant for 5 years, including head JV for a couple, that's one of the things they really wanted to focus on.
Yeah, and they've done it. You know, another real bright spot is Lauren O'Hara has 1 point tonight. That's it out of the 4 goals.
Shot goes high. Shima Bakuro in the corner. Kristoff has it the other way. Bucciaconi, though, with the interception. Annabelle Bucciaconi skating through center, gains the line, flips it in off the glove of Booth, banked back out. Larson trying to get to it first for Centennial. She's being chased there by Abby Moore, and it is Larson who has it. With 2 minutes left to go, third period, 2 minutes left in this one. Hemmer skating in, and a redirect attempt with Shima Bakura going to the net. And it was off her stick and wide into the corner and cleared out by the Tornadoes. Tipped ahead, Hennis trying to get past Bucciaconi on that far side. Bucciaconi did a nice job shielding that puck with her body against Ella Hennis. Hennis trying her darndest to get to that puck and maybe get an offensive chance down the right wing and take it to the net. But Bucciaconi, who's just a 7th grader, to be able to play defense like that, that's really impressive. She's got a long career at any program. I don't care what level you're at. If it's high school, if it's college, whether it's juniors, and you're going to have a defenseman that's going to be on that blue line for 5 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, bright future. I mean, there's, all levels, there's a bright future for this Centennial Spring Lake Park program.
Grace Lager gets to the puck in the corner. New Power, and it'll be Centennial the other way. New Power, they're 3-on-2 at the line with a trailer. They give it, and a goal. Lauren O'Hara scores her 12th of the season, and she gets on the board here. And she trailed the play, and they put it right onto her stick. And with a goal scorer like that, tough to stop. 5-0.
Well, I spoke too soon because Anoka had done a nice job of knowing where she was at. That one, a nice put away by O'Hara.
O'Hara's 12th of the season, 15:48 time of the goal. 5-0 now. And Chet Lane with a shot. That appeared to be and sounded like it was off the handle of the stick of the netminder Olsen. Tornadoes throw it wide of the net. We have under a minute left to go in the third period. And that O'Hara goal has made it 5-0. 3-goal third period here for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Chet Lane with an assist, and Newpower the assist as well. And O'Hara, her 12th of the season, 61 in her outstanding career. Linesman got in the way there. They'll whistle it down, say that it hit the bench area. So puck out of play. Just 14 seconds left here in the third.
Yeah, it actually hit the back of Pavrud's glove that it was hanging out over the side.
Oh,
and the linesman
so she get credit with a save there?
Well, for the linesman, yeah. I think the linesman looked and said,
yeah,
thank you.
He doesn't have a bruise on his hip.
Yeah. You see, she played, wasn't mean. She sat down really quickly.
Right off of the draw, a couple of pokes at it. Kuhlenkamp in tight. And you could hear a stick and maybe the puck also hitting Anoka Olsen's pad. Final seconds. There's the horn. And Centennial Spring Lake Park picks up their 6th consecutive win, improving to 6-1 after scoring 2 goals in the first, no goals in the second. They come up with 3 in the third here to kind of separate here and put this one away with Hemmer and O'Hara getting those late goals. O'Hearn had the goal that made it 3-0. A 5-0 Centennial Spring Lake Park win tonight, Jim.
Yeah, and to be honest, really solid game through the second period, and the skating and really the tenacity of the Centennial offense was able to come through and score 3 goals into the third.
Yeah, Centennial Spring Lake Park, 5-1, 4-1 in the conference. They'll be hosting Moundsview Irondale at their home rink, Centennial Sports Arena, coming up on Thursday night. And Anoka's got Rogers here at the Anoka Ice Arena on Thursday, and I believe we have that one here on QCTV.
We do. We'll be back here for another great night of tornado hockey.
Yep, Tornadoes fall to 1-3-1, 0-2 in the conference, looking for their first conference win. They also play on Saturday here at home against Osseo Park Center. Chance for the Tornado fans to come out and check out their girls hockey team. 5-0 here. Centennial gets the win. For everybody in the truck, especially Noelle, who's celebrating her birthday here tonight, along with Jim Childs. I'm Jim Erickson. Thanks for watching high school sports here on QCTV Sports.